ready for this?
There could be, but then again, is there a price that you can put on human lives?
There are many ways to cut costs. Toxicity tests sometimes are testing one chemical and they'll use up to hundreds or thousands of animals per substance being tested, and because those tests are painful, they should be eliminated in the first place. The most important thing to realize is that the alternative testing methods that exist right now are much cheaper than the animal counterpart tests. I definitely would not. I do not like the idea of inflicting pain on any animal that doesn't have a voice, and I feel therefore that it's humans' responsibility to speak up on behalf of the animals and minimize their discomfort at all possible.
I would not enjoy inflicting pain, but I would if there was evidence of valuable knowledge to be gained from the experiment or the test. And in some cases there's no way that you can come up with an alternative, such as if you're testing on a mother and she gives birth to pups, if you're looking for results in the pups, there's no way that you can take an alternative.
I don't think that we should test on animals in order to benefit humans.
It is all about intentions. If the tests are approved and have valid questions to answer, then nothing is too far when it comes to animal testing. But while alive, the animal should be given adequate food, water, and shelter. It is much better for an animal to be tested on than a human, because humans have a conscience and are much more ethically aware of our world.
Against it? Yeah, fully opposed.
It's okay in some applications, but not all.
Using animals is pointless because test results vary on humans and animals. We use animals since we can. They are at our disposal. We save ourselves first. What we don't want tested on us shouldn't be tested on them.
From what I've known in psychology, like there's rarely, like even with like rats, with like rat going in mazes, it's just one of those things that you can't really explain to the rat why it's going through that maze and why it has to do certain things and why it's only fed when it like presses a buzzer or something. You can't really explain that to a rat. You just like, you know, the rat's just in it, and then it's done. And sometimes it gets fed and sometimes it's starved. And I don't think it's fair to, you know, put animals through all these are like little trial and errors of experiments, and when we can't even explain it to them. Like it would, you know, at least, well, I'm not saying that we should like do experiments on humans or anything, but at least you could explain it to a human. I don't think it's fair to like do an experiment on something that can't consent to it.
It's completely like inhumane, and you can ask a human for that and they can say yes or no, but you can't ask an animal that. Well, I know like they say like there's some certain parts of rats or whatever that is close to ours, or like they can be somewhat like grouped with us, but I still like they're a completely different animal. They have completely different like genetics in them. Like they can obviously react differently to stuff than we will, so I don't really see how that proves a point for much besides like general things.
I don't feel like it translates into humans efficiently.
I don't agree with it. Makeup is not a necessity in society, and animals shouldn't be subjugated to pain and cruelty for the sake of eyeliner.
Cosmetic testing is unnecessary and unethical. It is not related to life.
Some tests are very relevant in the medical field. Cosmetic testing will never be.
I don't know very many details about it, but I do know that there's volunteer subjects, volunteer human subjects. You can use fake skin, which is identical to human skin. Yeah, stem cells.
Like thinking we live in a world where you can grow babies out of a petri dish, so pretty sure that there can be some kind of alternative. Like I'm pro stem cell research, so I think that couldn't you, I don't know, like create new piece of skin or something that you can test on, or I mean, even create like a mock piece of something that contains the same chemicals or something in our skin that we could find out if something reacted differently. There's got to be other ways.
I'm definitely not opposed to stem cell research. I think that's the closest thing that we could do to, efficiently experiment and have it translate like appropriately to humans.